We have a weekly Bible story. So this week has been Gideon. An angel came and told him, "You're going to save God's people." He had told God, "I need a sign." That to me, is very significant because that's exactly how my story unfolded. So 2 years ago, I was working for Jackson Motorsports as the sales financial analyst. That was the job I was going to retire from. So I thought. One day I went to work and I was struggling, and I called my husband and I said, "What am I doing?" And I'm crying. I'm like, "What am I doing? I don't think this is where God wants me anymore." We started praying about it. We started talking about it. Anytime I started just thinking about a new job, I just felt like he was calling me into education. I started praying to God and I was like, "Okay, God, I need a sign that this is truly where you would have me go." It was about 2 weeks later after I really started. Every day I was like, "God, give me a sign. God, give me a sign." And I remember getting the email, and I had been accepted into North Greenville's elementary education program. And I was like, "I need you to give me another sign to make sure." And 3 days later, I got the phone call from the principal of Skyland that they wanted me to be the 4K aide. And so within 4 days of each other, and I was like, "Okay, I got it." I hear you, God. This is where we will go. And thankfully, I was paired with an absolutely amazing teacher. I was doing something in these kids' lives, I was making a difference with them. It just gave me just so much purpose and joy. I always greeted them at the door every single morning. On February 7th of last year, almost a year ago, started my day just like that, telling all of our kids good morning, and my hand started to kind of not feel so great. It started to kind of feel numb. And this numbness started to travel up my arm, and I was like, "Okay, this is a little odd." And I'm just starting to not be able to breathe. I'm starting to not really be able to communicate. By the time we got to the hospital, my whole left side, it was just useless. MRIs and CTs and blood tests and all the things. One of the doctors came in and he was like, "We think that you have had a stroke, a minor stroke, so your symptoms should resolve within 2 weeks." And so I just kept thinking, I'm gonna wake up one morning and I'm gonna be totally back to normal. I'm gonna be able to go back to school and my life is gonna go back, because this is what God said that he would have me do. And I'm following his path for me. I'm following his will. Everything is going to be fine. And I remember being then about 6 weeks out, and I was still in a walker. And I was learning how to walk again. And I was learning how to bathe myself and dress myself. And I remember being so frustrated, and I remember thinking, I know I hurt you, God. I know I hurt you. Why am I here? Why is this happening? I remember praying for healing, but I don't remember praying for healing as much as I was praying for God's purpose in what was happening in my life. I was on the walker for a couple months, and then finally got to graduate from a walker to a cane. And then the big thing came, which was VBS. I remember by the time VBS came around, I wasn't on the cane anymore, and heavily involved with VBS and just the children's ministry here at the church. I had just all of a sudden found this newfound joy in children's ministry. Ashley, the children's ministry director, mentioned to me, there's a 3K position available at the church preschool. And so I went and talked to Amy, the director of the preschool here at Growhurst. Then I came and started here. Every day that I wake up and come here, I look at it as a privilege. Every child that's here, God put here. Every child that's in your room, God specifically picked them to be with you. I feel so unworthy of being the one that God chose to be in these kids' lives. I'm just blessed that He did.